This is the Infiniti QX55. Is it better than you know? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. And today I'm at Or Infiniti in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to take a look at this model. Now, the interest of fair reporting, it is a 2023 model, but it might as well be a 2024 as there are no changes between the 2023 and 2024 model years. And you'll find a comfortable interior, above average cargo capacity for a coupe or coupe, if you want to put it that way, style SUV. It definitely has some nice racy and sporty body lines. Let's take a look at what else you get. Now, this is going to be the top trim level we're looking at today, the Century trim level. If you want to see lower trim levels, tell me down in the comments section. And it goes without saying that you're going to have LED lighting everywhere you look. The Cube LED headlights, your LED daytime running lights, and your LED fog lights down here. A very nice look, classic of the Infiniti. And a lot of people I know in this day and age talk about how they don't like chrome. They say it's outdated. What are your thoughts? It seems to match on this model, or fit, maybe is a better way to put it. And you'll find all-wheel drive, that's going to have a lot of advantages in a multitude of ways, especially depending on if you live in an area where you get a lot of snow. I do have to say that I like the lines here on the hood. Not typical in any way. The fact that you have kind of this rise, almost a hump look right here, but just the overall design of the hood separates it apart from other vehicles. Now, I think if we had a lighter color, you might be able to see the hood line better. I don't know how that's showing up on the camera. In the center of the hood right there, just a little bit. It shows up, but you can see it from a little bit better at this particular angle, but it just seems to fit perfectly, giving this QX55 a really sporty, really high performance look. And let's talk a little bit about tire and wheel size. You know this model is all-wheel drive, 255 on your width, a 45 series sidewall wrapped around the 20-inch wheels. And as we work our way up, you almost expect this area to be some kind of a functional vent. It's not, it's there for cosmetic purposes. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You'll find a little bit of chrome in that area, as well as some silver surrounding the windows as far as the trim goes. Side view mirrors are going to have some features that I know a lot of you like. Number one, turn signal indicators built in. They're power adjustable, they're heated, and they are also power folding. When you go into reverse, they will tilt down to help make it a little bit easier to see what's going on behind you. And with your doors, the handles, we're going to have a combination of the body color and some chrome. Buttons right here. When you have the remote on your person, you can lock or unlock the interior. And the good thing is you can unlock all four doors from the front or the rear. So for you parents out there that may have little kids in the back seat, or even big kids in the back seat, well, that will be helpful. Roof rails here, not too big. I think that fits this particular model. And you will find a conventional size sunroof. Kind of hard to see with this particular model. And I had to take a quick break there just so you didn't have to deal with hearing the fire truck taking off. Maybe I should review a fire truck sometime. What do you think? But we're across from a fire station, so that may happen a couple of times during the course of the video. But we're gonna finish things off with a very nice look as far as the lines go. And I was talking about earlier with this black exterior color, it kind of hides the sunroof up there a little bit, so you don't know for sure if it's panoramic or not. It is conventional size, body colored shark fin antenna, and a really nice look to finish things off here with the rear roof spoiler and the nice lines of the rear of the QX55. And a rather unique look with your tail lights. So that's something that really sets things apart. I think that looks nice. It has that luxurious, but yet really a performance look to it. QX55 logo here, your all-wheel drive logo. And I like the fact that we have some symmetry here. Maybe it's not that big of a deal to most people, but we have the dual exhaust outlets. I think that just looks a lot more fitting than just having one. The rear tailgate here is power. Under the hood is the turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder. It makes 268 horsepower. The torque numbers come in at 280 pounds-feet. It is mated to a CVT. We'll have to see how that goes out on the road when we take our test drive. And let's talk about MPGs. While we have the opportunity here, we're looking at 22 city, 28 highway, 25 combined, and 4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. A 16-gallon gas tank, and here's something that I think a lot of people will like. Those of you that don't care for capless fuel fill, obviously you don't have that here. When the vehicle is locked, the gas door is also locked, providing a little more peace of mind. And here's the remote, in case you're curious to see that. A nice light remote will fit in your pocket, or for you ladies in your purses, obviously very well. Here is remote start right here at the top. I know a lot of people are very interested in that. Lock, unlock, and we can push the button right there to open the power tailgate. You can tow up to 3,500 pounds and 26.9 cubic feet up to 54.1 cubic feet of cargo capacity. There is some space underneath the floor right here. And to lower the rear seats, it's very easy to do. You do it right here from the rear cargo area with the releases right here. And I had to go up there and move the front seat up just a little bit to make sure that seat went all the way down. Now you will find a 12-volt power outlet right here. Let's see if we can get that open. There we go. 12-volt power outlet for connectivity, and you will also find some hangers right here if you need to take advantage of those. And from this vantage point, there is the sunroof. And one little hack you might not know about. Let's say you need to change the height of the tailgate back here. Whether you need to raise it or lower it, make it higher or make it lower, I'm going to push it all the way up to its maximum opening capacity. Then I'm going to hold the button down right here and listen for the beeps. You're going to get a couple of beeps just like that, and then when you close the tailgate and then open it again, you'll find that it opens to the setting where I just put it. Obviously, there's a lot of different places where you can set it, a lot of different heights. It just depends on your situation and or desires. And let's take a look at what your rear seat passengers are going to find. A nicely laid out door panel. You don't have a bunch of gloss black. That's a good thing because you don't have to worry about anything fingerprinting up. And how about comfort of the armrest? Well, that seems to be pretty comfortable to me when I put my arm up there. And large door bins, a lot of the time on these rear doors, it seems that the door bins are more of a bottle holder than a door bin, but you can see there is a lot of space here. You could put a bottle in there, but there's a little bit of extra space that's going to help out. And a very nice look with the interior, the contrast between the black and the red definitely helps. And hopefully you can see I have this side reclined back. A lot of people ask about that, want to know how far the seats recline, if they do at all. And you can see that they do here. We'll fold down the armrest right here. You can see that you have a little bit of space up here. Maybe put some pens and pencils in there. I don't know what would fit, something narrow. A phone could fit in there, I guess. Stand it straight up, I don't know. And obviously the cup holders. And plenty of room back here too. I really think it's very comfortable, especially with the seats reclined. That's one of the things about the roofline of this type of vehicle. A lot of the time you lose headspace. So that's one way you can gain some back, is to recline the seats back, at least for your rear seat passengers. And you'll also have the rear seat pockets and your third zone of climate control. You can control the temperature and the fan speed and also heated seats. So 3 stages right there. And you can see that you have a couple of USB options as well. Rear air conditioning vents, something that it seems everybody wants. And from this vantage point, here is the sunroof. It does tilt and slide open. It may not be panoramic. How important is that in your buying decisions on the vehicles you want to buy? Do you need the panoramic sunroof, or should I say want? Or is it okay to have the conventional size? An obvious question to answer, because I know a lot of you have it, is, okay, Tom, if I came into Infiniti and bought this QX55 that you're showing us today, what's the price? $61,000 even. Keep in mind, this particular model is a 2023. If you bought a 2024, you probably wouldn't be able to get the deal that you may be able to get on this one. I don't want to make any promises, but they're going to try and move this one a little faster because it's last year's model, even though there are absolutely no changes between the 2 years. Let's see what else you get for that price. The absence of gloss black or piano black materials in the interior, I think is a plus for a lot of people. And I can't say that I blame you, especially in an area where there's going to be a lot of contact with fingers that could cause fingerprints. So that's a nice thing to know. You still have nice materials here that are comfortable and seem to be very high end. They seem to be good materials, not cheap, at least not from what I'm seeing so far. A little bit more space with the door bin here. With the front door, power seats for the driver and the passenger. They are both heated and ventilated, and we see a very nice, consistent look as we go from the door panel to the dashboard area. And right here, we'll take a quick look into the glove box. Plenty of space within that area. You even have that nice kind of felt-like material that's so comfortable. And then we'll take a quick look down here into this area that you can conceal away. If you want that neat, clean look, well, there you go. That's what you have. And we also have more USB connectivity, another 12-volt power outlet right there, or 120 watt, as you can see on the cover right there. And cup holders. Now, if you have a really big bottle, big cup, I don't know how well that's going to fit in there. I don't have anything to test that with. Not sure what would be best, but you could fit bottles in there, that's for sure. And here is the shifter. Kind of a unique look, but I like that because your hand fits around that very well. It's not a push button shifter. That should make a lot of people happy because so many people seem to be anti-push button shifter. And we'll also find our drive mode selector right there. We'll take a look at what those modes are when we hop into the driver's seat. Your power parking brake and auto hold right there. And here is how you're going to start the engine and turn it back off. Just a little bit of a different thing. A lot of the time that's up here. What do you think? Do you have a preference? And the center console. Let's see how much space we have within. You will find, well, a reasonable amount actually. And another USB right here. If you can see that, hopefully you can. A little bit dark, but. And last but not least, from the passenger side, we'll take a quick look up at the upper console. For those who are wanting to know what is there, obviously you can control the positioning of the sunroof if you open or close that, whether you use the tilt or slide feature, and you can see what else is here as well. And here on the driver's side door, obviously, you'll find everything you expect as far as controlling the position of the windows, opening and closing those, a couple of settings for seat memory, and a heated steering wheel that you'll activate right here. We don't really need that today because it is rather warm in the high 70s in late February of 2024, depending on when you watch. But you can see what all is here as far as controlling the headlights and all that good stuff here. And your dashboard, pretty easy to deal with everything. Also, the control right here for your blinkers and your front and rear window wipers. Your steering wheel mounted controls, a very comfortable steering wheel, by the way. And we'll work our way over here to the different screens. Now, you'll notice that flickering effect down there. That has to do with my camera. It's not really happening. You'll notice as I move the camera a little closer to the screen that it does kind of go away a little bit or improve some. And you do have a couple of different options here with these screens. You can have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on this screen up here. You will wirelessly pair your phone, and you can also use the controls right here if you don't want to actually touch the screen right there. Now, it is a touch screen, by the way, so as you can see right there, have a few different options depending on what you want to do. The bottom screen, obviously the same. We'll go right here and do this. See a few different things that you have right there. A pretty simple system to use. Just hunt and peck your way through whatever it is you want to do. Now, we also have the button right here. We don't have to go into reverse to see our different camera views. So that's nice to know that it's there. You have that overhead view. That's going to help you out quite a bit. And obviously, dual zone climate control. You have heated seats, 3 stages, and 3 stages of ventilated seats. That's going to be very helpful on the driver and the passenger side. Quite a bit going on here. Some people might say, well, the technology here is a bit antiquated. For some people, it's going to work. Some people, especially stepping out of a vehicle that has never had this kind of technology before, it could be a little intimidating, but I can tell you right now, it's not that difficult to learn. So not only can you use the hunt and peck method to figure out your way around? You can also, well, watch right where you are right now on YouTube, many tutorials to help out with learning as well. And earlier I showed you the drive mode selector right there. What are the drive modes? Well, we're going to start here with standard, eco. You'll see the corresponding graphics. You can go to sport, or you can go to personal. And if you're wondering what personal is, all that is you're going to basically set up different aspects of the vehicle where something might be standard, something might be sport, whatever the case is. Just kind of personalizing things. And something else, I don't know how well you can see it, the bright Louisiana sunshine might not help us out, but there is a head-up display and you have traffic sign recognition. All of that's going to be there, just so you can see what all is here. And the overall driving experience is enjoyable. It would be nice to get out and see how this QX55 would perform maybe in snow or something like that. Being all-wheel drive, I think it would probably do pretty well. You have enough ride height to where once you start to have the issues of a groove in the roads where people are maybe coming along and maybe it hadn't been plowed or whatever the case is, in a sedan, that's not a good situation, but with something like this, it's definitely going to be okay unless you have a ridiculous amount of snow on the ground, but you're not going to be tearing up the underside of the vehicle. So that's a good thing, not something we typically have to deal with here in Northwest Louisiana. So the chances of testing that and telling you about it in person, well, pretty much impossible. But overall, the ride quality itself seems to be good, seems to be comfortable. I feel comfortable here in the seat, the driver's seat. While this is by no means a high-performance vehicle, it does have some bolstering in the seats that helps. And that's a good thing because that really helps to hug your body. You go around the corners and whatever the case is, you're really staying in place. And while, like I say, not a high-performance vehicle, not looking for neck-snapping performance, one thing I have noticed is that at higher RPMs, the power delivery seems to be a lot better than it is at lower RPMs. I don't know how many people are really going to notice that or be concerned about it, but just one of those things. That's why in these test drives, I think it's best to drive it for yourself and draw your own opinion, because you might have a different opinion than I do when it comes to such a thing. But one way or another, it is a nice vehicle as far as the driving experience goes. I feel comfortable. I don't feel cramped. The seat being adjustable as it is for the driver. I'm 5'10", so not super tall, but I feel that somebody who's in excess of 6 feet tall can get very comfortable here, get everything set up to where they're going to be nice and comfortable. And like I said earlier, technology here doesn't seem to be that difficult to deal with. I haven't had a lot of time with it. In fact, this is my first experience in this particular model. But overall, it seems to be a very well-balanced model as far as that goes. Easy to deal with, easy to learn for the people who are out there who still maybe haven't had a lot of technology in their vehicles just yet. But overall, enjoyable to drive. Plenty of space, and like I said earlier in the video, a little bit of extra space when it comes to cargo capacity compared to competitors. That's always a good thing to have, that little bonus. So tell me what you think down in the comments section. Is the 2023/2024 Infiniti QX55 better than you know, or better than you expected? Maybe is a better way to put it. Tell me what your thoughts are. If you plan to buy one of these models, what trim level do you plan to buy? I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Infiniti for loaning me this QX55 for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed just yet, please be sure to do so. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.